It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news, the Wayne County Commissioners met Monday evening, a large crowd on hand, many on hand asking the county commissioners to implement the use of paper ballots in elections in Wayne County. Item was on the agenda for discussion, but Commissioner Tim Hopkins, who stated he's in favor of paper ballots personally, did not have enough information on the subject to make a decision and motioned that it be taken off the agenda Monday evening. Here's Commissioner Tim Hopkins Monday at the meeting.
But as a commissioner, I don't think that if I reviewed the laws right, I don't think that I have the power to even vote on this at this particular time. So what I'm saying is let's remove it from the agenda. Let's have some work sessions. Let's get subject matter experts in here to tell us what we can and what we can't do. Like I say again, I'm for it. But as an elected official for Wayne County, I'm not going to do anything to get us in a potential lawsuit, and I'm not going to use Wayne County as a guinea pig. It's not what you voted me in for, regardless of my personal feelings about paper ballots. So with all that said, I make a motion to remove it from the agenda at this particular time until we can get a lot more information. And I will tell you this, I've had 6 people call me, and all 6 people have different stories. Every 6th person said there's a lot of counties that's got this. I did my research, there's not one county yet that are going full paper ballots.
Again, those comments of Commissioner Tim Hopkins. Commissioner Jamie Hickox was simply not in favor of removing the item last night from the agenda.
I am not okay at all with taking this issue off of our agenda because we are the elected representatives of this county. They don't get to come up here and sit on this dais and tell anybody else what to do. They elected us to represent their voice. And what I've heard since this has been on this agenda is I want my vote to count. That's all I have down.
Chairman Kevin McCrary also in favor of just tabling the item from the agenda and having a work session. Here was the comments of Kevin McCrary, the chairman.
I agree with all of this.
Yep.
I know for a fact that this board does not make any decisions frivolously. We all do our homework. We do our due diligence in research, whether it's calling other counties or whatever. I think by us taking this off here, we will be able to have a work session possibly and find out what we legally can and cannot do. If we don't like the state law, we can type up a resolution, send it up there, correct? And possibly get it changed. But we need to do it in the way, so everybody is on the same page, everybody's had the same opportunity. We can go to a work session, read all the laws, figure out what we can do, get Mr. Beaver to come in, make sure we're doing it legal. If not, I'm all for typing up a resolution, sending it up to the state, because voter integrity, I think everybody in this room wants our vote counted. And I think by taking it off, all we're doing, we can't do anything. If we did it tonight, it wouldn't make any difference because the city, they're the only ones that has an election coming up. So we have some time to go in and do our research and get everything down. So when we come in here, we have the confidence of making the vote that we need to make to do it right.
And once again, the item of approving paper ballots for elections Monday night was removed from the county's agenda on a 4-1 vote. Commissioner Jamie Hickox voted against. We'll come back with more news from the county meeting right after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Other news from the county commissioners meeting Monday, the commissioners voted unanimously to approve their $29 million budget. They had lengthy work sessions with Administrator Paul Drawdy and Clerk Amanda Hanna going over the budget line by line, looking to cut the budget and use the extra money to go towards employee salaries. Commissioners were presented with 3 options from the administrator, and they selected option 3. Here was the budget discussion Monday evening.
Approved the 2024 budget. We had an extensive work session on the budget. Everybody knows, we went through it literally line by line. We did have 3 options. I'll be glad to go through those options if you want me to. But there was option one was with just a merit raise. Option 2 was merit raise and COLA at 2.5% on both of those. And option 3 was merit raise, 2.5%, COLA 2.5%, and an adjustment. And the adjustment was for the skilled workers or positions. And that's at a cost of $781,639. And we need to pick which one of these, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Administrator, we need to pick which one of these, and the one that was in our book was for option 3, because I think that was the consensus that we wanted to make sure that there was not only a merit and a COLA, but to increase some of the starting pays of the skilled positions so that we could be competitive with other counties around us. And mainly, the one that I've been looking at is the diesel mechanic, going from $12 to almost $18 an hour starting out.
And once again, the vote on the budget was unanimous. Again, they went with option 3, again, cutting $781,639 from the previous budget. Vote on the tentative millage rate was 4-1. Commissioner Jamie Hickox voting no. The tentative millage rate is set at 13.423, which they state is a $1.50 decrease. Jamie Hickox wanted a $2 million reduction, saying the county has money and needs to do more. Other news from the meeting, the commissioners also tabled their EMS policy and procedures, which was on the agenda. That vote unanimous to table the issue. A lot of parcels and maps on the agenda as the county is looking to sell the pieces of property. They renewed contracts with the Georgia Department of Corrections work detail and the contract with the Georgia Indigent Defense Team. Also approved to amend the budget to purchases in the Sheriff's Department. Betty Benner on hand asking for a resolution from the commissioners asking to support protecting the Okefenokee Swamp from mining. Again, the commissioners stated they're working on that resolution. And Steve McGregor asking the commissioners to name the soccer complex after former rec director Steve Card. That's expected to be put on the county's next agenda for a vote. The board went into executive session for a brief time, came back and announced no action was taken. And that's a look at your Monday's County Commissioners meeting. We'll come back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes and news. Jesup City Commissioners meet this evening at City Hall. They've got a work session at 6 and a regular meeting at 7. On the work session agenda, a discussion about water adjustments for leaks, a discussion about public participation on the agenda, and a discussion about the Downtown Development Authority. At their 7 o'clock meeting, a discussion about the Okefenokee resolution, an update, a discussion about the dilapidated houses, an executive session discuss personnel, all that taking place today at City Hall, and the work session at 6 and the regular meeting at 7 p.m. Finally, in the news, on Wednesday morning at the William A. Zorn Airport, government officials will meet once again to discuss the upcoming SPLOST referendum that voters will decide in March of 2024. Discussion Wednesday will be the percentage breakdown of funds that will be distributed to the county in the 3 cities of Jesup, Odom, and Scriven. Some have argued that it should be based on population, but no final decision has been made. But again, that's topic number 1 when they meet Wednesday morning at the William A. Zorn Airport. WIFO FM will be on hand and have a full report on Thursday's newscast. That's going to do it for the latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan saying have a great day.